So when you're doing pin tucks, the calico's not ideal. You can pin tucks you can use the piping if you want to make a thin pin tuck, and you need the zipper foot. Pin tucks, you could iron them. And you can, if you got a finer fabric, you know, find the grain of your fabric. It's really important you're on the grain. And you can, some fabrics, you know, pull a thread, something loose here. This is a bit too dense, this calico. You can pull a thread and see where the line is to get it right. So I'm just winging it here for now. So come over to the machine.
Is that just normal piping cord?
Yeah, so if you wanted to do thin, a quick way of doing them, then pin tucks. Well, I could use thinner cord, but that was just there, so I'm going to use it. So bump against your make sure you're getting it tight up against the fabric. Making sure you don't sew into the cord. So you can pull it out. And you got a perfect little pin tuck. Yeah?
I'm way too amazed.
Or you can just do, I'll iron it after. Just flatten it a little bit. Yeah, and that makes them perfect. So you'd have to figure out exactly where you want each one. Or you can use your little lines on here. It's really tricky, you know, when you do them beside each other.
When do you use
Because if you wanted these beside each other, you've got to make sure. It's again like little tiny knife plates. Yeah? But you're stitching them all the way down. So you've got to make sure they're sitting beside each other, not on top like that. So you want them to sit, you can feel the groove to sit down. So you've got to figure out, again, you know, the distance. So the same way you did the night, make a little sample first, yeah. So you know when you see blouses, especially them Victorian ones, they'll have all little knife pleats here. But another way you can do it is to get them even. I'm going to use this line. So I wanted it that thick or I want it that thick. Yeah? So I'm just going to go with the first line. I don't really need the zipper foot for this, but it's in there. And I'm keeping my edge on this line. It's a good idea to iron it first. And again, I've got a little, yeah? So however thick I want it, I'll do. So another little trick, what I was saying to you about stitching. So let me do I'll do a little thicker one.
Yeah, so it's like... Let's see.
first. Because me doing it like that, do as I say, not as I do. Me doing it like that and I iron it, it might become a little bit wider. So if I'm being really precise, oh, I forgot to do that. Just a minute, I was going to show you the stitching. Like sometimes when you'll do them here and you want it like to a bit smocking really. So you do a few there and you'll stop and you'll leave it and it'll allow for the bust. So when you stop like that, part way, let's do another one. I'll just do it part way. So instead of back stitching, just come out. I'm assuming that this is going that way, so the one, decide which way you're going. So I can use the bottom thread, which is the white one, and I can tease. Can you see? I can tease the top thread through, and then I can tie it off.
You just use a square knot.
Yeah, just use a square knot, trim it off, and then it's to the side, and it looks neat. Yeah, rather than a back stitch and you see a couple going back, it looks like, see there, you can see it looks thicker. So when you're doing that, you know, for like a smocking effect, sometimes you'll do it like on an angle or do straight. Stop like that and tease the threads through to the back, and then you can go iron them.